I am the nature hacker, and this is your world. So, today what I want to talk about is who you should vote for president and kind of the deep, behind the scenes look at what's actually happening. So, you might think that, well, I should vote for the lesser two evils. I should vote for Donald Trump. And, I would still be supporting Trump if he didn't pick Mike Pence and, if he wasn't, um, you know, if he didn't seem like he wanted to follow the bankers' lead, like the bankers will have false flags and stuff, and then say, "Oh, because of this false flag, we now need more security state measures," and Donald Trump always seems to just go along with that. So that's the main reason. That and Mike Pence is why I'm not supporting Donald Trump, but I would have supported him if those two things weren't the case. But what I'm here to tell you today is that you should vote for whoever you really support, whoever you really support. What I'm telling you is not to say, well, I like one of the other candidates, and I don't like the Libertarian or the Green Party candidate. But what I'm saying is that what you need to do is vote for who you really support, who you really think would do a good job in the White House. It's crucial. Some people could say, well, oh, this election is so critical. You have to just vote for Donald Trump and stuff. But what I would counter with that is we wouldn't be in the place that we are today if people actually voted their conscience. If people actually didn't just pick who the powers that be want to give you. If you actually voted for your conscience, if everybody did, we would not be in the bad situation we're in right now. And what I want to tell you is voting, I would rather vote for no one than vote for Donald Trump. And the reason why is because, like he has said before, he said, I'm self-funding, my campaign, I put $100 million in or whatever. And he's like, I'm raising money, but I'm raising money for the Republican Party. Now that should be a red flag, because what that means is supporting Trump, you're supporting the monopoly of the Republican Party. You supporting Trump puts money in the coffers of the Republican Party so that we have a duopoly in the future. Voting for Trump is not going to break the two-party monopoly. It's simply not. It's going to strengthen the two-party monopoly, okay? If you vote for a third party or you don't vote at all, you're destabilizing the two-party monopoly. Now, if your vote is being withheld, let's say there's 60% of voters don't vote, right? That means that a third-party candidate could easily come in and sweep an election, okay? If everybody's like, you know what, I'm not going to vote for anyone unless I truly believe in them, okay? That means that a third-party candidate can come in with no money and upset the entire establishment, all right? And put no money in the Republican parties, put no money in the Democrat party's pockets to totally, really, actually take our country back. And that would be the only way to actually do it, is to break the Republican and Democratic Party. By supporting a Republican or a Democratic candidate, you are supporting a duopoly and tyranny. You might be like, well, Donald Trump, could be good or whatever, but that's not going to help anything. Like, there's nobody like Donald Trump out there, okay? So this will never happen again. It's like we might have 8 years of decent stuff, which I still think is going to be bad, because I think the bankers are going to walk all over Trump and they're going to just fake him out with all their false flags and get him to put in whatever security state measures they want. But even if he does good, in 8 years it's going to be back to the same old, same old. He was an outlier. He's the only person who could who has billions of dollars to actually stand up, kind of be an outsider and stand up to these powers that be. No one else can do that. So unless you vote for a change in the system, and that is either boycotting the vote or voting for a third party, the same thing is going to happen in 8 years, but there's going to be no other billionaires willing to stand up. I mean, the only other billionaires willing would be maybe Bill Gates or maybe Elon Musk. All these people are liberal, literal Illuminati, okay? The only other people that could do this are Illuminati. So you better vote this election cycle to change the system. Because if you vote for Donald Trump, you're voting to maintain the status quo. And you are voting for destroying our future. Because if a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for the Republican establishment, and 8 years from now, both the Republican establishment and Democratic establishment are going to be in the same boat for the globalists, for the Illuminati, the New World Order, and there's going to be no other outsiders. There's no other billionaires that can do what he's doing. So if you vote for a third party, or you do not vote for somebody who you don't fully believe in, then that's the real grassroots. That's the real revolution. That's the real way to change things, is to kick out the Democrat and the Republican parties, and that's the only way to do it. So anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. I am the Nature Hacker. Do work.